Late on a quiet Saturday night, New York City feels different. The streets are calmer, the noise softer, as if the city itself is holding its breath. A restaurant worker walks down 59th Street, apron folded under his arm, feet aching after hours of standing. All he wants is to get home, eat something warm, and sleep. The subway station is nearly empty when he notices something strange. A wooden barrier stands at the entrance. Not a locked gate, not caution tape, just a simple barricade placed like someone meant to come back for it. There are no signs explaining why it's there, no workers nearby. Beyond it, the station looks perfectly normal. Lights glow. Stairs descend into the familiar underground. He pauses. He hasn't lived in this part of the city long. Maybe this is normal. Maybe it's temporary. The next station is several blocks away, and he's exhausted. So he steps over the barrier. The air feels different immediately. Street noise fades too quickly. His footsteps echo louder than they should. The stairwell feels longer, steeper, as though it's pulling him downward. When he reaches the platform, his stomach tightens. It's empty. No people, no trash moving in the wind, no distant sounds of trains. Empty platforms happen late at night, he tells himself. Still, something feels off. He turns to leave. That's when he hears the sound of a train approaching. Metal scraping against rail, wind rushing through the tunnel. Relief washes over him. The train pulls into the station. It looks old, not broken, not rusted, just from another time. The paint is clean. The windows are clear. It looks better maintained than most modern cars. The doors slide open. He hesitates for a moment, then steps inside. The car is empty. No passengers, no advertisements, no announcements, just the low hum of the engine. The doors close. As the train begins to move, he glances back toward the platform. A man is running. A transit worker, sprinting as fast as he can, waving his arms, shouting. Food spills from a container in his hands as he runs. "Stop," he screams. The doors don't reopen. The train accelerates, pulling away into the tunnel. The worker slows, breathless, watching the train disappear into darkness. He lifts a radio to his mouth and exhales. Another one's gone. Official records insist that train doesn't exist. According to transit files, it was dismantled decades ago, stripped for parts, removed from service, forgotten. Yet on certain nights, it appears at that station, always unlisted, always empty, always silent. It waits as if listening. Then it leaves. Some who board it are never seen again. No missing person reports connect the dots. No security footage provides answers. Families search and the city shrugs. Others return, but not correctly. Some step off years before they left. Some return long after everyone they loved is gone. A few insist they were gone for only moments, even though the world around them has aged without them. When questioned, they all say the same thing. They remember nothing. No journey, no destination, no passage of time. Only the doors closing and darkness. Transit workers aren't supposed to talk about it, but they do, quietly, among themselves. They know which nights to avoid certain stations. They know when to put up barriers and look the other way. They know when to run instead of help. The closures are labeled maintenance, but barriers don't stop everyone. Sometimes exhaustion beats caution. Sometimes curiosity wins. Years ago, a woman boarded the train after leaving a theatre. She was found wandering the city days later. The problem was that, according to every official record, she had vanished years earlier. Another version of her had already lived that time. Doctors said she was physically fine. Psychologists said she didn't belong. She was kept out of sight, not as a criminal, but as a mistake that couldn't be corrected. She never remembered the ride, only the doors. Another passenger returned with something else. Not memories, a message. He came back thinner, paler, older than he should have been. No visible injuries, no explanation. In his pocket was a folded note, 3 words: "Send no more." He didn't remember writing it. He didn't remember the train, but he refused to go underground ever again. After that, attempts to understand the phenomenon stopped. Too many never came back. Those who did returned displaced, confused, or permanently separated from their lives. Eventually, an unspoken agreement formed. Some things aren't meant to be understood, only avoided. Among transit workers, there is a rule that never appears in manuals. If you see a barrier where there shouldn't be one, if the station feels too quiet, if a train arrives that looks too perfect, do not get on. Because the city moves forward, but some trains don't. And once you step onto the wrong one, you may never arrive anywhere at all.